Yeah, so I began my research to go abroad. I think it was in 2020. I knew I'd not want to go for a purely technical program like a master's in computer science. I knew I wanted something to do of a like, management, and I just searched online. Like you have to do a ton of research online. So what I found was for management, there are basically two different streams. One is the traditional MBA, and then you have this NEM, Master Engineering Management program. The difference between an MBA and the NEM program is that the MBA is much more traditional. You're taught the conventional or like the standard business practices, and it's definitely an MBA is more valuable, I would say, than a MEM, but an MBA is more expensive. So yeah, I think I digested it. Yeah, so you do a ton of research. You reach out to people online on LinkedIn, and you speak to them. You try to see what kind of jobs are people doing once they graduate from this course that you want to attend. You try to find out if you can see a salary estimate, how many years they stay in the US. Basically, reach out to people on LinkedIn. You might have your friends or colleagues who also want to find it like go abroad. So you reach out to all these people and you basically begin by asking a ton of questions on how would it look like 5 years down the line? What kind of jobs should I expect? The college experience and so on. I think that should be definitely your first step.
Yeah. I think now we would like to switch to probably your cultural insights. I mean, obviously, US and India is very different culture-wise. So maybe like how did you integrate both these cultures in your daily life? And
Mhm.
yeah, how did you go about that?
That's an interesting question. I think culture-wise, definitely the people in US are much more open and liberal. One of the issues I had back in India was there was a lot of influence of religion and politics, which I had to experience. We didn't have a sense of personal space. And by personal space, I mean people did like the Indians, right? Let's put it this way. In the US, you have a sense of personal freedom and personal space, right? No one will really come into your face and try to push down, like, shout down their opinion on you. In most cases, liberal society, which I personally can associate with a lot better. So that was good. And I think that was the biggest change for me. People are not concerned with what you do and what you don't do. People generally mind their own business. They go about their lives. They're not concerned with a lot of people around them. But Indians, like at least I'm from, everyone knew everyone. There was a lot of influence on others' opinions on what you have to do. People compared you a lot more. But I think that is much lesser in the US. What else? Yeah, and like you previously mentioned, I think the system is much more organized over here. The places are much more cleaner. There's a sense of, responsibility in everyone. Like people leave, like people follow the rules. There is lane discipline. So uh, I'm not discounting like India. There are so many things positive about India too, but there is certainly a difference in how people live in the US and in India.
Yeah, we have one last question for you. Yeah, do you want to like talk maybe what advice would you share with future international students who are looking to, apply here to the US, trying to, find a job and trying to, make it just like you. So do you have any, final word of advice for people?
Like whatever advice I say, that would be heavily biased by my experiences. So my experience has been majorly positive. I've had few ups and downs, but it has majorly been a positive experience. So I don't want to. So your mileage might vary, right? So, but overall, I would say it's certainly a very high risk, high reward place. You either make it or you lose a lot of your time, effort, and money. So be prepared to go through a period of uncertainty. Be prepared to be challenged mentally, physically, emotionally. Be super proactive. US is not a place for lazy people, right? Uh, be really proactive. Try to apply for jobs as early as possible, network as much as possible, try to build connections. At the end of the day, it's the people that you know that will really make a difference, right? So try to build connections. Yeah, that's what I would say. But
Yeah.
and don't forget to enjoy life to US. I mean, it's a new place. Travel around, meet new people. Don't be so sucked into the all the applications and job and your studies that you forget to enjoy life. Take a breather. Things will fall out okay for you eventually. Things will be okay eventually. So, yeah, those would be my overall pieces of advice.